And we are live. We are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from sobriety, addiction, depression, anxiety, balance, and life. My name is Kyle Gray. We are live every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are live sometimes twice a week. How's everybody doing out there today? Hope everybody's doing good. Sorry, I just got back from the gym. I literally just walked in the door right now. I've been going really hard in the gym recently, really hard in fitness because that's kind of my version of therapy. You know, been going through a lot of like rough stuff recently, but I heard a quote recently that I've really been listening to a lot, about how a lot of my things that I think are depression is really just me being selfish, because a lot of my depression stems from heartbreak, but that's really stemming from selfishness. And got some rough news today, but it's a part of life. It's Phoenix. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let me just turn this a little bit more towards me so I can see because I'm blind as hell. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good out there. I'm doing good, all things considered. I'm trying to practice more gratitude every day. Um, be happy that I'm blessed with the things that I'm blessed with, because I have a lot to be grateful for in my life. And hate and negativity are very easy emotions to lean into, but love is the strong man's emotion. Love is a strength. So yeah, I wanted just to talk to you guys today about a couple things. One, I've been reading books lately, and I don't know if I've talked to you guys about a couple books I've read, but this book is absolutely incredible. It's called Ring Shout. So the cover is fucking dope. See it? It's obviously a KKK member and some mouths where the eyes are. So, man, I wish they had I'll just read the insert. But this book is fire. You should go get it. It's fiction. It's great. In America, demons wear white hoods. Very relevant. In 1915, the birth of a nation cast a spell across America, swelling the Klan's ranks and drinking deep from the darkest thoughts of white folk. All across the nation they ride, spreading fear and violence amongst the vulnerable. They plan to bring hell to earth, and even Ku Kluxes can die. Standing in their way are Maurice Bordeaux and her fellow resistance fighters, a foul-mouthed sharpshooter and a Harlem hellfighter. Armed with blades, bullets, and bombs, they hunt their hunters, send the Klan's demons straight to hell, but something's awful is brewing in the Mason, and the war on hell is about to heat up. Can Maurice stop the Klan before it ends the world? So essentially, they're not really saying what this book is about, but basically in this book, the KKK members are demons. They're actually demons, and it's based around these three women that like hunt them, like almost like vampire slayers. Like they hunt them with swords and shit. It's fucking dope. Like this book is super fire. It's an easy read. It's not too long. I read it on a plane ride to Atlanta, so hella suggest everybody pick that up. But I wanted to talk to you guys today, unless you guys want to talk about anything else. I would love to address the chat, but if not, I'm reading this other book called The Meaning of Life, and it's exactly what you would expect. I've been reading this book for a while. It's kind of a dense read. It's not really a big book, obviously, so it's not like it's taking me a while because it's a lot of material, but basically it's just really dense. And it's written by the School of Life. If you guys have watched to this show, you know that I'm an extremely big fan of this YouTube channel called the School of Life. We're actually going to watch a video of theirs at the end of this episode, to just round it out. But so the meaning of life. To wonder too openly or intensely about the meaning of life seems a bit peculiar, ill-fated, and faintly ridiculous pastime. It can seem like a topic on which ordinary mortals cannot make much progress. In truth, it is for all of us to wonder about, define, and work towards a more meaningful existence. This book considers a range of options for where the meaning of life is to be found, including love, family, friendship, work, self-knowledge, and nature. We learn why certain things feel meaningful, why others don't, and consider how we might introduce more meaning meaning into our activities. What follows is a hugely thought-provoking as well as a practical guide to one of the greatest questions we will ever face. So, yeah, I mean, we all think about what the meaning of life is. I'm horrible at family. I am too, man. You know, like I'm not the best at keeping in contact with my family. It's been a long road for me to try to get closer to my immediate family. But I'm close with them now. I talk with them pretty often, and it's something that you have to put effort into. But let's read a little bit about this because you know, it's like the meaning of life. It has a chapter on love, it has a chapter on nature, but the family one I really like, and I wanted just to kind of read a little bit of excerpts today and talk about it because a lot of this shit is just fire, man. I read this shit. It's like so good that I'll read a page and just kind of like sit there and think and be like, man, this is so good. Okay, family, emotional nepotism. So I like that. I had to even look up what nepotism meant. If you guys don't know what it means, nepotism is like favoritism. One of the things that makes family so important and so meaningful is that they are centers of unashamed nepotism. We are used to thinking negatively of nepotism. We are taught that a good society is one in which people rise and fall according to their own merits or flaws and do not gain unfair favor from their families. But in a crucial emotional sense, at least, most of us don't actually believe this. We are all more or less emotional nepotists. Historically, the idea of nepotism in Europe was particularly associated with the Catholic Church during the Renaissance. The word nepotism was born when a series of popes took to appointing their nephews, nipote in Italian, along with other family members to top jobs, irrespective of their talents and simply based on the basis of their connections. Let's see. Nevertheless, we have to admit that the idea of bias towards relatives possesses in the emotional as opposed to the professional sense a reassuring and attractive side as well. What's more, we have already been the beneficiaries of the starkest, grossest nepotism. We wouldn't have got here without it. That's because when we were born, despite the millions of other children in the world, irrespective of our own merits, we didn't really have any, our parents and wider family made the decision to take care of us and to devote huge amounts of time, love, and money to our well-being. This was not because we had done anything to deserve it. At that time, we were barely capable of holding a spoon, let alone saying hello, but simply because we were related to them. I really, really like that idea about how we are all here because of our family sacrifices in the first place. You know, like I really, really love that. Just that idea. It's really cool. Nepotism is what ensures that a series of tantrums will be forgiven, that unpleasant traits of character will be overlooked, that will be supported as we rant and rage in the small hours, that parents will forgive children who've not been especially good, and that children with somewhat disappointing parents will still, despite everything, show up for the holidays. Really like that. Knowledge is a really good one. I really like this. Our family members are probably the only people in the world who deeply understand key parts of us. Perhaps we don't always get on better with them than other people. They might know the details of our current friendships or the precise state of our finances, but they might not know those things, but they have a knowledge of the underlying atmosphere of our lives that others will almost certainly lack. Oh, and this is one that I really like. Safe strangeness. So this is a really cool concept about how in families we get familiar with people that we might not have ordinarily in the world. Like, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like there's family members that like you probably wouldn't be close with if you had the choice, like to be honest. But since you're in a family, you are forced to be around people like that and you learn immensely from them. This book is called The Meaning of Life. It's by the School of Life, which is a YouTube channel. This book was only $15. I got a ton of these books. They write all these fucking like really cool like coffee table type books. That is like it's just a great book to like wake up to and read a little bit. I'm a big fan of books like that where you can just read like a chapter and really just think. But this concept, safe strangeness, is fire. One of the reliable horrors, but also profound advantages of families is that they force us to spend time around people we would otherwise never know about, thought we wanted to meet, or imagined we would get along with. Our friendships and professional networks are hugely but harmfully efficient in keeping us closely tied to a particular age, income, and ideological bracket. We subtly yet firmly expel all those who do not flatter our worldview. Family life does the opposite. It is because of the unique structure of a family that an 82-year-old woman and a 4-year-old boy can become friends, or that a 52-year-old dentist and an 11-year-old schoolgirl can have an in-depth conversation about tire pressure or splash each other at the beach. The family creates an environment in which there is enough safety to allow for encounters with radical strangeness. A brother-in-law will bring us into contact with life in the Russian diamond market. The university researcher who has just published a paper on the carbon cycle in the Takema forest of Japan gets to sit down for lunch with an accountant specializing in insolvency cases. And in family settings, points of connection end up being found despite all the obvious differences. I love that. Points of connection get found despite all of our differences. There is not very many social settings where that would happen, where you would listen to somebody despite everything. I can relate to that a lot. Amy, what's up? Good to see you in here. Kevin, what's up? Anthony, what's cracking? Keep your head up, bro. Hope things gets better. I gotta leave. Hope the chat stays well. Anthony, I appreciate you. Thank you, my man. Families at their best hold out against generational segregation. This is really fire. I love this. We get to hear the political views of a great aunt and encounter convictions that were widespread in 1973. We receive an update of the dramas of the Junior Hockey League. A younger cousin is agonizing over school exams and tentatively exploring what they might like to do after turning 21. An uncle has recently retired and is trying to come to terms with life without work. At the funeral of a grandparent, there is an 18-month-old niece crawling around, and we temporarily connected with the world of changing nappies and messy spoon feeding. So often otherness, other stages of life, other attitudes, other outlooks are presented to us in tricky guises that make it hard for us to engage with them confidently. That's hella, like for me, I resonate with that so much that often in life, opposing views, opposing people, anything that's outside of my ordinary familiarity is tricky for me to engage in, and family supports, like it's family forces you to be in that. Like even like the political views of an aunt that were widespread in the 70s. You know, obviously politics have changed a great deal since the 70s. But that doesn't mean her perspective is invalid. You can learn a lot from that. And since you're in a family setting, it gives you the chance to actually listen to these people. The family concept gets very deep and interesting when looking at broken families with the divorce rate. But it's dang near proven a stronger of unbroken family leads to much more positive things. Interesting, Adonis, 630. What's up, Keezy? Good to see you. Saint Soldier, what's cracking? Presented to us, and it is not surprising or intrinsically shameful that we are often awkward around people who seem to be quite unlike us. It's very true. I mean, I can relate. I can definitely relate to that. People that are unlike me, I'm super awkward around. But our picture of them and hence ourselves is thereby drastically impoverished and inaccurate. When family life goes well, on the other hand, we are exposed at first hand and in a warm way to ranges of human experience that might otherwise only be presented to us in a caricature and frightening ways in the course of our independent lives. I fucking love that. That shit is so fire to me. I fucking really like that. Parenthood. I'm not a parent. I don't have any kids. I don't know if I'll ever have kids. I wanted kids at one time. But I wanted kids with one specific person. And since me and that person aren't together anymore, I don't really picture myself wanting children with just anybody. But the parenthood section of this book is really, really cool. I know we got some parents in the chat, so maybe this will resonate with you. Most of our lives are spent in situations of numbing sterility, of being numbingly sterile. I'll say that so I can actually speak it. Most of our lives are spent in situations that are numbingly sterile. There is usually no option but to conform and obey impersonal rules. In our work, we don't generally create anything of particular wonder or interest. I don't really agree with any of this because my work I'm super stoked on, and I think a lot of people can find creativity in anything. But just stay with me for the picture that they're painting here. We don't know how to paint or play Chopin's Shiro's number 2 in B flat minor. We can't personally manufacture an iPhone. We don't know how to extract oil from the ground. And yet, without being conscious of the specifics, we are at points capable of doing something properly miraculous. We can make another person. We can conjure up the limbs and organs of a fellow creature. We can create a liver. We can design someone else's brain. We can, by ingesting a mixed diet, perhaps including bananas, cheese sandwiches, and ginger biscuits, make fingers. We can connect neurons that will transmit thoughts about the history of the ancient Persians or the workings of the dishwasher. We can choreograph the birth of an organic machine that might still be going close to 100 years from now. We can be the master coordinator and chief designer of a product more advanced than any technology and more complex and interesting than the greatest works of art. That paragraph, I'm not a parent, but that paragraph literally gives me fucking chills. It's written so good and makes so much sense. Like, being a parent is like one of the most amazing things you can do. You literally make a human. You make a person. You make a person with limitless potential. Every child has unlimited potential. They can be anything. It's like, think about Elon Musk has parents. Michael Jordan has parents. Einstein had parents. All these people that create human beings that change the course of history, change our lives, they were created by two people, raised by two people. It's really amazing when you think about that. I really, really, really like that, that paragraph in there. But yeah, the meaning of life, the importance of families, definitely check it out. And, the importance of families, like, call your mom, call your dad. Tell them you love them. If you have siblings, call them. Reach out. I think about this topic daily. What's up, Desi? I was hoping you'd be in here. I wonder if you want to chime in at all, and talk about the importance of families. But, watching my oldest turn into the musical master I created that human. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. It is absolutely incredible. Like, that's what I think about sometimes. Like, when I look at parents, I'm like, man, do you ever think about that? Like, you created this. Like, it's like I fucking make a dumbass music video sometimes, and I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. I made this. It's pretty tight. Like, I sometimes, like, like I worked on the Justice League, and when I saw it again, I was kind of like, damn, it's pretty cool. I worked on that, and I had a hand in that. And this camera that's filming me right now filmed a part of that movie. It's pretty cool, but like, when you look at a human being and to know that we all have the capability to do that at one point in time, we all have what it takes to make a person. It's really mind-blowing to think about that. It's really inspiring, I think every parent looks at their children and thinks, holy crap, I made this. They should. They fucking should, man. That shit is absolutely amazing. It's incredible. But how is everybody doing out there today? What's poppin' out there in the world? I just don't want this whole show to be me reading a book. Got to get my protein shake in. Sorry, I literally walked in the door from the gym and sat down and went live. That's why I look like fucking shit right now. But yeah, I've been going really hard with fitness in the gym. It's pretty cool. Today I did shoulders, so I did weights, and that takes me about an hour to do shoulders weights, and I've been doing planks in between sets to try to strengthen up my core, because my core has never been very strong. And then I do 400 push-ups, 400 sit-ups, and 400 squats outside. take my shirt off. So that's why I've been getting some sun. And then I run 3 miles, and then I do stairs for 10 minutes to kind of like warm down. And then I walk home, and the gym is about 7 miles away. So I walk home without my shirt on. So that's why I've got a lot of sun, and I feel great. I feel absolutely great. It feels amazing. Although it's a huge investment of my day. Like, it takes me like 5 hours to do that. It's fucking insane. Please don't do a whole book show. I'm not, Kevin. Don't worry about that, man. My kid told the wind to stop blowing at him and then draw on my wall the same day. That's amazing. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. Mine is the 24th. Hell yeah. Congrats, Haitian. That's dope. You gonna do anything special for your daughter's birthday? How old is she? What's up, Ava? Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Christian? From controlling Mother Nature to wall murals in 1 hour. So you got an artist and a wind master. Billy, I need to get back to fitness to start feeling good and having more energy. Yeah, Billy, trust me, man. That's like the best thing you can do for yourself is some form of exercise. Like I could not imagine. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about myself. Like if I wasn't doing as much working out as I would, I would probably honestly be doing a lot of bad stuff. Like a lot of bad stuff. Like I'd be falling into vices, not accomplishing my goals. Sorry, Amy. My neighbor's dog barks a lot. I don't even know what they bark at. It's like there's nothing even out there. They just bark at the fucking wall. So sorry about that. What's my relationship with my family outside of parents? I have a really good relationship with my family. I have 2 younger brothers that I'm pretty close to. One of them is married, so I've gotten closer with his wife. And outside of that, I'm not really close with like my aunts and uncles. I'm just not really that close to them. So what's up, Rashid? Good to see you. I'm just lurking, but I feel what you're saying and hope this the best for my family, despite the fact not all of them get along. No name exactly. What do your parents think about your job? My parents really are supportive about what I do. They're like very supportive. I'm very, very blessed to have such supportive parents. They watch all of my stuff. They watch like even a lot of the pay-per-views. They would order the pay-per-views and watch battles. Thesaurus is my mom's favorite battle rapper. So it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty awesome. The downside to that is that, me being in the public limelight, especially like when that controversy happened and I got canceled, it doesn't feel good for a parent to see their kid go through that. And then also to see like people call them kind of racist. But the good part about that is that my parents are very self-aware, and they've even taken the time to like reflect it back on themselves, and they read a lot of like books on white privilege now, and try to grow just like I do, just like I try to grow myself. Like, that situation wasn't fun. It was very uncomfortable for me, and I lost a lot of stuff from it, but it was necessary, and I'm very grateful for it. She's 5. That's dope, man. Hell yeah. Take her to a museum and out to eat. Amazing. Thank you. Extended family is overrated at times. I'd rather have friends. That's true, Kevin. That's true. Extended family is what you make of it. I really am just close to my immediate family. But let's pull in this video. Downloads. How to be kinder to ourselves. So we're going to play a video from the School of Life at the end. It's only 5 minutes long, so I'm going to play it later. Where is position? Why can I not find it? But it's really, really good. I watched it this morning, and I was like, damn, I should play this on the show, because I feel like a lot of people do struggle to be kinder to themselves, because I feel like even myself, I hold myself in super high expectations. Like today, I didn't run as far as I usually run. Like I've been getting better at running, and I've been running 3 miles a day, and it's pretty hard for me to run that far. And today I only ran 1.5 miles, and it's, my excuse is because I got some bad news, and my ex-girlfriend's dog is probably going to be put down in the next week, and I love that dog a lot, and I'm gonna see her on Saturday, and that's probably the last time I'm ever gonna see her. And that sucked. Like I was like physically like crying today, and I don't cry a lot, and it's very difficult for me to like shed tears, like actual tears that come out of my eyes. There's times where I'm like, oh, I'm really sad, but it's definitely challenging for me to physically cry, and I know that's like an emotional barrier I need to get over. Balls deep, what up? Good to see you in here, man. All right, rest in peace, Jaslyn Adams. Rest in peace. What advice would you give to an up and coming artist? Consistency, stay strong, and just keep doing you, man. And don't listen too much to anybody but yourself, because everybody is going to be a doubter. It's unrealistic until it's not. Everybody will constantly doubt you until you're just doing your thing. You know how many times my friends like made fun of me for doing battle rap? Like they'd be like, "Oh, you're still sinking a bunch of money into this and not making any money." You know, even now my friends still like neg me for like not having a lot of furniture in my house or something like that. And I understand it's just because they live a different lifestyle than me, but at the same time, you just have to know that people will take every chance they can get to be negative, and don't envelop that energy, especially when you're an up and coming artist. So that's the advice I would give. Family can be so many things. I grew up an only child, but found 4 and 5 siblings at different times in different ways. As an adult, we were close. That's amazing, Amy. That's incredible. Man, this dog is literally just fucking barking. Like, I should just close my windows. That's really the solution to it. It's like, this dog has a right to bark. I'm just being a jerk. Single men only need milk. Creates his furniture. Why is this shit surprise to people? Yeah, man, I'm definitely along those lines. Like, I definitely don't really, like, I don't care about, like, interior design. If I had a bunch of money, I would, like, have like a badass mural of like fucking Akira or something, and like a big ass chair made out of fucking skulls or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I don't mind it, you know. It's not a big deal to me, but I know that if I was held to a different expectation, I would rise to that. Fuck everybody who ain't riding, do what you love. Hell yeah, balls deep. Appreciate you, man. Sorry about the pup. I know you love her. Yeah. So, invite the dog on the show. Yeah. Yeah, she's not in good shape, man. I wouldn't, that would depress me to see her like remembered like that. But yeah, so, oh, Pen. Yeah, it's not Pen. Pen is my ex-roommate's dog. It's, my ex-girlfriend's dog that, is suffering. But yeah, I got the news today, and it really did affect me a lot. So I wasn't able to like really perform at the gym, and I was trying to channel that energy into being like to push me, you know. But I literally just like I called it short. And you have to be kind to yourself when you do stuff like that. You can't hold yourself to like really unrealistic expectations, because you are going to fail sometimes, and you have to learn how to navigate that failure with care and kindness towards yourself. You can't be like, I suck. I didn't run 3 miles today because I'm thinking about how I'm never going to see this dog again that I care about. You know, like, you should be like, it's okay. Like, there's tomorrow. I can run 3 miles tomorrow or the next day. You know, it's like that treadmill ain't going nowhere. You know, it's like I can get back to it the next day. Maybe you don't have your priorities in order. You need glasses and furniture. That's true, man. I mean, I could definitely see that. Like, I have, or glasses, you mean my eyes? Well, see, this is the thing. I actually did go get my eyes checked out. And I'm just not really with it, man. Like, they gave me a prescription and I put them on, and it physically hurt. It hurt my eyes. Like, when I put glasses on, I was like, whoa, like in the store, I was like, hey, I don't think these are right. And the woman was kind of rude to me. She's like, you have astigmatism, and that's why you have a lazy eye and your head's tilted. So you need to get used to these glasses. And I was like, no, I don't. I don't need to get used to anything. I feel better without this. Why do I need to get used to something like this? To me, this seems like a hindrance in my life, not an improvement. So Yeah, and I just read up a bunch of people that wear glasses, and a lot of them say that their eyes hurt more at the end of the day when they've worn their glasses all day, and then they take their glasses off, they can't see. And then in the morning when they wake up, they're like, "Hey, I can like see really well." So yeah, it's just my choice not to wear glasses. I don't need anything. You don't need I don't need glasses to survive. I can see. I can read what you guys are saying. It's just my choice. I chose to those are all excuses. It's not excuses, man. If something's hindering my life, I don't think that's an excuse. Like if I take my glasses off and my vision is actually blurry, to me that feels like it's destroying my natural vision, not helping my vision. That's all there is to it. But do I believe? Hell yeah. Your ex's dog, I get. I've had animals my whole life. They are important. Yeah, they are. It's rough, man. It's rough. But is anybody going through anything you guys want to talk about? Feel free. The floor is yours. We can chat about it. You also don't need light to shoot video, but it's awesome with it. You actually do need light to expose a frame. If there was no light, you would be shooting black. So I disagree, Fight House Productions. You do need light to shoot video. How many carrots do I eat a day? I don't actually eat carrots at all. Are you saying that because my skin looks hella orange? The funny part is hella people think I'm ginger, which is really funny because I have brown hair. I don't have red hair. But yeah, my eyes been sweating all day. Lucky if I didn't put on my glasses before getting out of bed, I'd walk directly into a wall. Yeah, I know. I mean, my vision isn't to that point yet, but we'll see. Amy, still baking? How's the bacon going? How's all that cracking? I'm supposed to stop drinking on the 26th via a handshake. No, because carrots help your vision. Oh, interesting. I can see that. You're supposed to stop drinking on the 26th. So what is that? Today is the 21st. So you're going to drink and stop drinking in 5 days. That's good, Kevin. You got this, man. You got this. Just start slow, I would say. And, find something else to fill your time with. You know, if you're drinking out of boredom, take walks. Like, do something that's going to be good to you, you know, and feel good. I wish I could talk about my problems, but I don't feel comfortable or whatever, but I appreciate when you talk about stuff like this. No Name, whenever you feel comfortable, man, like, you literally can talk about anything in here and it's judgment free. I'm not going to judge you. Like, nobody is. I've talked about everything on this show. I've, like, been honest about atrocious things that I've done in my life. Feel free whenever you feel comfortable, bro. If anyone has self issues, I suggest to try and fast. Fasting is good. So how do you fast, Fight House? Like, what is your methodology for fasting? Just quit opiates a week ago. Raymond, congrats. That's huge, man. Fuck yeah. Hell fucking yes, dude. I'm on 5 beers. I can't get rid of weed. Do you think weed is a problem? I think it's really about if your life is manageable or not. If you can't function without smoking, I would say that it probably is a problem. Like if you smoke every day and you have to smoke every day, I feel like that's an issue. But if your life is manageable with it, I don't think it would be an issue. How do I deal with death? Fortunately enough, I never really had to deal with death in my life. Nobody really that close to me has passed away. Honestly, the closest thing I've ever experienced was when Caddy died. He was the closest person that's been in my life that has passed away. So I haven't really been through that. Do you have any experience with that, Balls Deep? Do you want to share? Your opinion on the chances of alien intelligent life on other planets? I think there is a lot of possibility of that. And I think that the best way to look at that, I feel like my ideology towards like, space and aliens, because I love learning about space and aliens, is that you think about cells in a body, they aren't aware of their overall bigger function and their usage to your body. Like your cells are just doing what they're programmed to do. They're not actually aware, oh, we're doing this so this body can survive. And I feel like that might be what we're a part of. Like we can't really comprehend what our bigger purpose is. And perhaps that's attached to the universe and life elsewhere and blah, blah, blah. No name. It's crazy how topics come up when they need to, even when you're just lurking. I love that. Easily the coolest thing, Avocado, is how open and honest most people on social media filter so much. You're honest about what you did, how you feel, and how it affects you now. It's a huge positive light that lets people like us open up. Thank you, Adonis. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm dealing with it. Finding out a friend's daughter was murdered in McDonald's drive-thru. Oh my God, man. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's absolutely horrible, dude. That is horrible. Fundraiser for Kyle's New Eyes Fight House. I appreciate that. So balls deep, what have you been doing? The thing that I could recommend is being around family, like we talked about in this episode, being there for your friend's family, and also being kind about the grief period. I read this book called How to Heal Your Heart. And it talks about healing your heart when a loved one passes away, and knowing that you can't paralyze your life from grief, but you also need to be kind to yourself with how long the grieving period takes. For example, it's like, I've been in like a really, really sad state the past like couple weeks, and it largely stems from heartbreak that I experienced a long time ago. I experienced it 3 years ago, and it still has huge residual effects on my life. A lot of people would look at that and be like, man, you really need to move on. And I know that that is true, but you still need to live your own truth and be like, it's okay. It's okay that I feel bad because my friend's daughter was murdered. That is okay. It's okay that I'm going to cry over this. It's okay if I do this, that, or the other, But I think the important thing is to be there for her family as much as you can be, and connect with the people that are also going through it as well. Do I fuck with Tom Segura and Bert? Yeah, I do. The thing is, Bert, I do kind of have, like, I how should I say this? I don't know him personally, so I don't have a problem with him, but he is easily one of the biggest deniers of his alcoholism that I've seen in any big platform. That fool is straight up an alcoholic, and he glorifies it a lot, which is kind of like concerning to me, but there will be a time when he needs to change that, I believe. Anytime I'm having a bad day, I turn on a Caddy interview, and it always puts me a smile on my face. R.I.P. Exactly. Caddy was one of a kind. How do you pick yourself up and restart in life? AC Official. I guess I can't really give advice towards how you would do it. I could tell you how I did it. When I split up with my ex-girlfriend 3 years ago, I was a very different person back then. I was cheating on her a lot. I shot porn behind her back tons of times. She got me cheating a lot, and I just wouldn't stop. I just thought, this is who I am. I'm a cheater. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to be an adulterer all my life. I'm a piece of shit. Like, I literally thought that about myself. I'm a piece of shit. I'm an alcoholic. Like, I was like proud to be an alcoholic. I would put my life in danger a lot. I'd have like unprotected sex super often. I would drunk drive all the fucking time. Like, I remember specifically driving on the highway drunk and fucking going into the barriers, going poof, like hitting the fucking side of the road on the highway, wasted, drinking a beer. Like, I would drink and drive, not drunk and drive. Like, I would be drinking a beer as I'm driving. And before I got to my ex-girlfriend's house, I would just throw the beer out the window so she wouldn't see it. So our relationship ended because I was horrible for her, and she needed to be away from me because I was causing her enormous amounts of trauma. So how I started my life new is I looked at myself and be like, okay, what do I not like about myself? And I didn't like how much I drank. I didn't think it was cool at the end of the day. I was like, you know what? It's not really that cool that I'm a drunk. That shit is not really that tight. You know, I'm not proud of like being an alcoholic. I am proud of how passionate I am. I am proud of the work I've put into in battle rap. I need to change myself. I need to change. And I just looked at myself. I'm like, I want to be the best version of myself I possibly can be. And I'm still working towards that today. I'm not the best version of me. Still, to this day, still I'm not. And I probably will never be, but the journey is what's important, is trying to get there, is eating healthy, you know, like eating, like drinking a smoothie with just fruit in it, drinking a gallon of water a day, you know, like not drinking alcohol, not smoking weed, not doing drugs, not having tons of just casual sex with people just to get off, not doing any of that, not reveling in vices. That's how I started my life over, is I did those things. And I'm sober to this day. It's almost been 3 years, and I never think about drinking. I'm never like, even with how sad I've been recently, I'm never like, fuck, I should just probably go get wasted. I never think about that. I'm just like, I'm so much better without that in my life. And I think that's the best advice I can give you. If you want to start your life over, look at the things that you don't like about your life and find ways to change them. You know, if that's getting sober, go to a meeting, enroll yourself in AA, or, you know, like get sober in other ways. I just went cold turkey, which is very, very unorthodox for people to get sober, but I just did it. Do you believe? Let's go balls deep. Let's see. Bert's lifestyle sometimes scares me. I'm an alcoholic. Assad, have you tried to get sober? That's crazy, balls deep, because I posted about that. She was only 7. Oh my God, man, that's horrible, balls deep. I'm sorry. Yeah, Brandon, I'm a super open book, man. Super open book. Assad, what's fucked up is that your toxic lifestyle at the time is something I thought was cool years ago. Growth is wild. Yeah, man. I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought it was fucking, like, I thought it was tight, you know, on the surface. Like, that's the thing. On the surface, I thought it was cool, but deep down inside, I didn't. Like, multiple girlfriends that I've had have told me, you drink too much. And I always remembered, like, nah, I don't drink too much. I'm cool as a drunk. Like, you don't even know when I'm drunk. And I'm like, I'm a great drinker, but what about just being a great person? What about being a great human being? What about being that person without the alcohol, being that person without shooting porn, like being that person without being somebody that the woman that you love is like afraid to be around because she doesn't know when you're going to be drunk or sober. That shit is not fun. That shit is not cool at all. There's nothing cool about that at the end of the day, you know, like, and it took some time to get to where I'm at, and I still got a lot of fucking work to do on myself. And that's the thing, is that the work will never stop. With the latest terrible kickback too, and seeing something like you watching the DNA round, smiling through it. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I understand where that comes from. I completely understand the outrage. I used to smoke weed and drink a lot. Now I don't smoke or drink. Haitian, congrats. That's fucking big, man. Hell yeah. I quit methadone and drugs like 6 months ago, but I started drinking a lot. Being drug-free feels pretty good some days. Yeah, man. I'm congrats to that, dude. Like, quitting methadone and drugs is fucking big, man. That shit is big. You should feel very, very proud of yourself. You should feel very proud of yourself. And I would say that maybe the release you get from doing drugs and getting drunk isn't there sometimes. But trust me, man, there's nothing better than being sober. There is fucking nothing on this earth better than being sober. Sure, it's fucking fun to drink, but that shit comes with a price. That shit comes with a price tag that we can't pay our whole lives, man. And I know that it's like great to glorify that, like, oh man, day drinking is so fun. But you know what else is fun? Fucking getting your shit together, man. Working out, like fucking telling the people in your life that you're close to that you love them, and having them be able to look at you and know that your character will not falter under temptations of vices, knowing that you are a strong person. You know, that shit feels good. That shit is the true cream of the crop of life, is having that. Not fucking some night out that you'll probably forget the next year, you know? Shouts, drug court saved my life. I'm happy you made it out. A blessing in disguise. I've been clean off the Xans for a few months now. Shit's crazy. Withdrawals no joke. Assad, congrats on that, dude. Fuck yeah. CBA, hey Avo, thanks for the talk, but sidebar, anyone know when Watch is coming back? I've been doing watches, man. I know I haven't been consistent with them, but that's because it's very, very difficult to get people to do them now. You know, it's like, first of all, my reputation in the battle rap world isn't the best, and third, I guess I just skipped second. But yeah, a lot of people just have their own lives, man. A lot of people are doing content themselves. You know, Geechee has a fire podcast that he's busy with. He's battling every weekend, so he's not really available to do watch that much anymore. Ilmac streams literally every single day. So it's like getting people together is really difficult. And I just got to be flat out honest. I haven't been as proactive as I should be with that. I got to put myself in check with that shit, because there are some days I could do watch and I could go live, but instead I just like make dinner and watch anime. And you know, I got to fucking be honest about that shit. Cold turkey like you, but it was worth it. Dude, big man for that, dude. Congrats on that shit. That shit is not easy. Things better than being sober. Number one, listening to your favorite album while smoking a joint. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess that feels great. I'm not. That's like saying, like, you know, like, yeah. Every now and then, when that would feel amazing, you know. But unfortunately, me being an addict, I can't do that. I can't like listen to an album and smoke weed, but I can listen to an album alone and play it and feel the emotions that are really coming from me. Like I've tapped into that quite often. The recent watch with Ilmac, Chasing Lush was the best. Appreciate that, Amy. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love those guys. Who you think taking the 100K? I got Nitty. Man, I think it's probably going to be an underdog. I think an underdog is going to come in, because basically people expect the world out of Nitty, and they don't really expect a lot out of his opponents. So I think if his opponents do okay, and Nitty just doesn't like create a masterpiece every time, I think people might be like, oh, Nitty, you know, he lost. But I'm excited for Ultimate Madness 3. It's going to be fire. R.I.P. Dylan Helmner. Fuck fentanyl. R.I.P. Can you do this more often? Because this helps me more than my own sponsor, honestly. Honest question. Nemesis. So basically, another thing I got to be honest about myself for is I was going to start this other channel called This. A safe place to talk about anything, and basically that was going to be a 24/7 stream on Twitch, where I was going to go live every day, but I also was just going to play videos for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it was never going to stop. And I just got to be honest, I've not started that yet because it's very intimidating and it's a lot of work, and I just got to fucking do it, man. I got to pony up and start that channel. It's going to be ruin an hour, but 24/7, 7 days a week. Anime, Japanese animation. Yep, that is anime. I'm going sober for a job now. Today's actually day one. Glad I found myself in here. This helps. Hell yeah, man. Dude, you got this shit, man. Sobriety is like, I know it's rough, but, and I heard this quote about, my boy Wes Watson, he has this quote. He's like, y'all act like eating good and going to the gym is like going to war. This shit ain't going to war. It's fucking just eating good and going to the gym. And that's kind of what I feel about sobriety, man. I feel about sobriety like, I know that it's not the easiest thing, and it is fucking amazing that people have the strength to do this, but believe me, you can fucking do this, man. You can fucking get sober. Everybody can. Like, it is not impossible. There is an immense amounts of strength in you as a human being, as a man, as a woman, whatever you are. You have all the power in the world that your mind can't even comprehend. You can accomplish any goal you fucking want. And sobriety is definitely one of them. You got this shit. I got my logging into the URL app until they hire you back. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's probably not going to happen, to be honest with you, unfortunately. Glad to hear that plan is still on the table. Was wondering about it. Best blessings for when it gets popping. Saint, yeah, I need to just fucking do that, man. I need to just fucking commit, because I've been slacking on that shit. I've just been like doing the gym for too much. You know, I'm in the gym for 5 hours a day, and then I've been filming a fuck ton with other people. Like I filmed with Hollow twice a week. I filmed with my homegirl Raquel the other day. I filmed like a little freestyle with her. So I know what anime is. I was just curious which ones. I've been, I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan. I also, like, when I say anime, what I mean is I read manga. I read, like, manga, but I read it online. And if you guys are a fan of Attack on Titan, read the manga, because the manga is much more violent. That's the best way I can say it. It's fucking a lot more violent. It's crazy. 5 hours a day, what are you doing? So I'm not at the gym 5 hours, but today, for example, it's like I left for the gym at 12 and I got home at 4:45. So by the time I get to the gym, I do weights for about an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even longer than that. And then I do this like circuit that I've been doing for the past year, which is 400 push-ups, 400 sit-ups, and 400 squats in a row without stopping. And that usually takes me about 20 minutes. Hell yeah, Fist of the North Star is the best anime. That 80s anime is where it's at, dog. Hell yeah, balls deep. So that takes me about 20 minutes. Then I do abs, and then I run for 3 miles, and that takes me about 20 minutes. And then I do the stairs for about 10 minutes. But that in itself takes me about 2.5 to 3 hours at the gym. And then I walk home from the gym, and the gym is 7 miles away from my apartment. So that takes me about an hour and a half. So it's about 4.5 hours of just exercise. I haven't tried rucking. God bless everyone here. I need to go break my fast. Congrats. Thank you, Fight House. Appreciate all the shit you've been talking, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, let's watch this video about how to love yourself some more. Let's get it.
If there is one generalization we can hazard of those who end up mentally unwell, we could say that they are masters at being very nasty to themselves, without noticing they are even being so. Release from the grip of self-loathing therefore has to start with a growing awareness of what we are doing to ourselves, and what the alternatives might be. For example, we might start to notice that no sooner has something nice happened to us, that we set about wondering when something awful will strike in revenge. That every success has to be ruined by a feeling of foreboding and guilt, that every potentially pleasant day ends up marred by panic or a sense of loss, and that we spontaneously imagine that everyone must hate us, and that the worst things are being said about us the moment we leave any room. None of this looks on the surface like self-hatred. We could just say that we have a worried mind or a regretful temperament, but it is useful to group these ideas under a singular title in order to fully identify the direction in which they point, towards the systematic destruction of any pleasure in being ourselves, which is, when we think about it, a very nasty thing indeed to do to someone. Without realizing it, we are committed to throttling all of our chances at contentment at the earliest possible opportunity. We might imagine, as an experiment, trying to be as kind as possible towards our own minds. Rather than dragging in every last deformed and mean idea into the theatre of consciousness, we could dare to be vigilant about only presenting our minds with the very kindest and most reassuring ideas, The moment we left a room, we might be ruthless in preventing thoughts about our unacceptability from manifesting themselves in the usual way. They might be begging to be let in and claiming all sorts of reasons why they should be so. But for once, we could give them a firm no. If they kept trying to make their way into our minds, we might put on a piece of music or do some gardening, anything other than allow destructive concepts to have their normal rule over us. Where does this unconscious impulse to be unkind to ourselves come from? How is the choice to torture ourselves made? We can hazard another generalization. The way we treat ourselves is an internalization of the way others once treated us, either directly in the sense of how they spoke to us, or indirectly in the sense of how they behaved around us, which could have included ignoring us or openly displaying a preference for someone else. To get a measure of where we stand on the spectrum of self-love, we need only ask ourselves a very simple question that we have nevertheless ignored for far too long. How much do I like myself? If the answer immediately and intuitively comes back that we feel loathsome, there is a history that we urgently need to consider and are, conveniently for our self-torturing minds, choosing to ignore. The contempt we habitually show ourselves is in neither way fair nor right. We should spot the oddity and partiality of treating ourselves with a viciousness we wouldn't accord to our worst enemies. People who commit suicide aren't those for whom a few things have gone very wrong. They are people who have encountered some otherwise survivable reversals against a background of fierce self-hatred. It is the self-hatred that will end up killing them, not the apparent subjects of their panic and sorrow. As ever, salvation comes through self-awareness. There is nothing inevitable about self-hatred. We are treating ourselves unkindly because people were in the past not especially kind to us, and we are being touchingly yet dangerously loyal to their philosophies of derision. But if we are to stay alive, we need radically to redraw our moral code and return to kindness the prestige that it should always have had. We have learnt far too much about a lack of mercy, about panic, about self-suspicion, and finding oneself pitiful. Now we need to rediscover the virtues of forgiveness, mercy, calm, and gentleness. And when we panic and feel intensely anxious about the future, we need to remember that we are in essence worrying about our fundamental legitimacy and lovability. Our survival depends on a swift mastery of the art of self-compassion. Our online shop has a range of books and gifts that address the most important and often neglected areas of life. Click now to learn more.
Yeah, man. School life, dude. Fucking super dope. Super dope shit, guys. But yeah, I like that video. I want to start leaving these shows with like a little video. But yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat. Very positive episode today. Nemesis, appreciate that. Balls deep. I hope you get through this, man. You will. I shouldn't say I hope you will. You'll get through this, man. You're a good guy, and you spread a lot of love, and that doesn't go unnoticed at all. I know that you're dealing with a lot of grief right now, and surrounding yourself with your friends and family is going to be really important. So that's a hell of a video. It is. Alrighty, guys. I will see y'all later. I don't know when I'm going to be live next. Would I go back to making movies? I actually probably am. I'm going to be doing VFX on the next... who's that guy that directed Thor Ragnarok? It's like Taika Waititi or something, whatever his name is. I'm going to be doing VFX on his next show. So, let me get a wrench by my name. Hell yeah, man. Fucking yeah, Kevin. You the shit, bro. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So, much love, everybody. Alrighty, guys. Hopefully everybody has a great day. Peace out.